Senator John Fetterman grilled a bank executive today who got bailed out by the government. Listen.
Let me ask you this one particular question to put to everyone here on that. And is it an inside joke? No matter how incompetent or how greedy, the government will always bail you out when your bank crashes. I mean, everyone has to know that, right? You know, everyone has to realize that no matter how bad I behave, no matter how big my raises, my bonuses and everything, you know, we will come in and bail it because we can't crash the economy, much the way SVB was argued that it was going to crash it. Do you believe that it's a running joke in the circles of banking that no matter how bad we behave, we're gonna be pulled, we're gonna be saved? Take it, anyone.
Senator, I don't believe that's the case.
Cool. So by having John Fetterman grill bank executives, the bank executives are getting bailed out again. Here's some more.
Is it staggering? Is it a staggering responsibility that the head of a bank could literally crash our economy? It's astonishing. That's like if you have, I mean, like, and they also realize is that now they have a guaranteed way to be saved by how, you know. So it's you know, isn't it appropriate that this kind of control should be more stricter to prevent this kind of thing from going? Or should we just go on and start bailing and sailing whoever bank, regardless of how their conduct is?
Was that a question? The banker never even responded to it because no one could tell if it was a question or not. Here's more.
You know, I'll give you an example. The Republicans want to give a work requirement for SNAP. You know, for a hungry family has to have this kind of penalties or some kinds of working requirements. Shouldn't you have a working requirement after we sail your bank with billions of your bank? Because they seem to be more preoccupied than SNAP and requirements for works for hungry people, but not about protecting the taxpayers, you know, that will bail no matter whatever does about a bank to crash it. Chair?
Thank you, Senator Fetterman. I didn't see an eagerness on the panel to answer your questions. Thank you.
Because they didn't even know what he was asking. John Fetterman's the greatest thing that's ever happened to bank executives. Instead of being asked tough, penetrating questions, the bank executives they coast and they nod, and that's it. And nobody expects him to say anything. We all just wait around for Fetterman to finish, and then we feel sorry for him. Now, remember, Minnie Madoff paid for Fetterman's Senate seat in Pennsylvania. What a return on an investment. Joe Conch is a Fox News contributor, and he joins me now. It's sad, but it's not right because the voters of Pennsylvania are getting screwed over, and bank executives just get to do whatever the heck they want and dodge real questions. Is this going to get any better?
Jesse, it will only get worse, as we've seen, right? I mean, it was 1 year ago where John Fetterman suffered a massive stroke. It took him off the campaign trail for months, and the media propped him up as a hero. And then when Dasha Burns of NBC News actually had a conversation with him, she said he could not actually comprehend basic conversation and could not have anything in terms of what you would expect a senator to have as far as a discussion, as far as cognitive ability. And she was eviscerated by other members of the media for simply reporting what she had observed. And then a couple of days later, he does that debate against Dr. Oz. And it was apparent to the whole country who watched that he has no business being in the Senate. But because there were so many early votes that came about, well, that was the end of that. He ends up winning that Senate seat in Pennsylvania. And then what happens after he's inaugurated, after he's put into office? He's not at the hospital not once, but twice. Once for lightheadedness, and then another time for clinical depression, where he spent weeks at Walter Reed. John Fetterman has no business being in the U.S. Senate. He should resign and actually have somebody come in who could do the job. But from everybody from his family to his own party in the Democratic Party will keep him there because he's an automatic yes vote on everything that they want. And this is the display that we see now at this point. Americans should demand, Pennsylvanians should demand better, Jesse.
We should. And I agree with probably most of what he's saying, if I could completely understand it, but we're not getting any real answers from these stupid bank executives who might be crashing our economy because Fetterman can't be understood. All right, this is where we are in 2023. This is the best we're going to get. I guess he wasn't wearing a hoodie, so we got that. Thanks, Joe.
There you go. All right, thanks, Jesse. Take care.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.